I'm just trying to get a photo. Yo,
How you doing? How you doing, bro? You good?
That's the trophy house.
Hey, left with three trophies.
The 25th BT Awards went down in 2025, and let's just say Kendrick Lamar didn't just show up, he took over. While TikTok was full of chaotic reactions, and comedians like Druski and Kai Cenat looked shook when Kendrick walked by, the real story was who dominated the night, and that was Kendrick, hands down. He won 5 trophies and officially became the most awarded rapper in BET history, stacking up a whopping 37 wins. That puts him way ahead of giants like Jay-Z, Drake, Kanye, and even Lil Wayne. And the way he strolled through that event with all his awards in hand, legendary. It was like watching a silent flex that said, I ain't just rapping, I'm running this whole culture. Meanwhile, Kevin Hart hosted, sprinkling jokes and throwing some shade. But the real entertainment came from watching streamers like Kai Cenat turn the whole show into their own content playground. Kai was running around streaming everything, and his presence was so major it almost felt like BET needed him more than he needed them. That alone tells you how the game has changed. This wasn't just an award show, it was a cultural power shift, where streamers were getting more attention than half the rappers on stage. Now, what made this year wild wasn't just the awards or even the performances. It was the awkward energy between folks who low-key been picking sides in that Kendrick versus Drake feud. You could see it play out live. When Kendrick pulled up, Kai and Druski looked like they'd seen a ghost. Their eyes went everywhere but at Kendrick, like they were dodging eye contact on purpose. It was tense, especially since both of them been heavy on the OVO wave. And Kendrick, he wasn't playing into it. No drama, no petty comments, just straight stoic energy. There was even a moment when SZA, sitting near them, turned and asked, "Do you guys know Kendrick?" And Kai kept it cool with a dap, but Druski froze up. The whole clip blew up online cause it said so much without saying anything. It's like the real ones know who's who, and the ones still playing social media politics got exposed. And it wasn't just those two. Other influencers and online comedians showed the same weird behavior, turning off Kendrick's music, avoiding his name, all while acting like they ain't got a problem. But the body language, it told the truth. It's clear Kendrick made a lot of folks nervous just by walking in the room, and that's the kind of pressure only greatness brings. Bet was trying to make a comeback this year, tapping heavy into nostalgia. The performances read like a 2000s time capsule. Ashanti, Bow Wow, B2K, Keisha Cole, T.I., even Jermaine Dupri. It was a whole 106 and Park reunion on stage. And Mariah Carey, Snoop, Babyface, T-Pain, they all had throwback moments that reminded everyone what classic R&B and hip-hop felt like. Even Lil Wayne hit the stage and killed it, showing that when he wants to, he still got that spark. But here's the real question. Why so much nostalgia? Because today's rap scene doesn't have enough new artists moving the needle. Aside from Kendrick, Playboi Carti, and maybe Dwechi, nobody's really bringing that energy to hold down a whole show. Playboi Carti had the biggest buzz among the current generation, but even that felt like a stretch. His performance was more about aesthetic than substance. Iced Out Lollipop, 2008 Lil Wayne drip, AI vocals, and chaotic stage vibes. Folks are starting to ask, is this what performing is now? Letting AI carry the vocals while you rage on stage? Cause Carti ain't even lip syncing anymore, just ad-libs and energy. It might work for his crowd, but if that's the bar now, what does that say about the future of live music? While Kendrick was racking up trophies and giving Calm King energy, the politics behind the scenes were just as spicy. One of the most viral moments came from Kendrick walking off stage, arms full of awards, and passing right by Kai Cenat and Druski without a single word. Kai gave a quick, respectful nod, but Druski, he didn't say a thing. No, what's up? No handshake, no acknowledgement, just stiff energy. And that clip had the internet in a chokehold. People started decoding body language like it was a crime scene. Then when SZA turned to them like, y'all know Kendrick, right? It felt like the moment was exposing who's really built for this culture and who's just riding the wave. Kendrick hit Druski with a quiet, "You good?" And someone in his camp even added, "If guys keep playing around, don't worry." That right there said everything without saying much at all. It's almost like Kendrick's silence is louder than everyone else's talking. And even though he's been quiet for most of his career when it comes to industry games, this BET appearance made it clear. He sees everything, and he don't need to shout to check someone. Now let's talk about the actual show and its future. The BET Awards tried to celebrate its 25th year with both throwbacks and new heat, but it also showed how outdated the model's becoming. Like, why is BET still clinging to cable TV when all the action is happening online? Kai Cenat streaming the show live on his platform probably brought in more real-time views than the official broadcast. And when fans tried to upload Kendrick's speech or performances online, BET went straight into copyright strike mode, blocking content left and right. But the clips with Kai? No problem. Bet, let those fly. That tells you they don't fully get how to move in this new digital world. Instead of letting people push the show viral, they're gatekeeping content like it's 2005. Meanwhile, Amazon and Twitch been changing the game. Just look at Kendrick's pop-out concert. It had a massive audience and real industry weight behind it because it was live streamed right on Prime. Bet needs to catch up. Award shows ain't about primetime slots anymore. It's about digital access and community conversation. If they don't make the switch, they'll keep getting left behind by the same influencers they're calling in for clout. And that brings us to a bigger question. Who's really running hip-hop now? Because if Kai Cenat's face is getting more screen time at an award show than actual artists, something shifted. Back in the day, award shows were where legends showed up and new stars got crowned. Now, it's a nostalgia fest mixed with streamer cameos. And as much as we clown the current state, it says a lot about where the industry's at. There's been a drought in breakout talent. Outside Kendrick, Drake, and a handful of others, nobody's been carrying the genre in a meaningful way. That's why award shows lean on old names and viral personalities. Even Young Thug showed up, masked up and flipping people off on the red carpet, but didn't even hit the stage. And fans were asking, why is he here? That moment had folks questioning if even our veterans are unsure how to move in this new era. Meanwhile, Playboi Carti, arguably the biggest name of this generation, was getting roasted for letting AI handle half his set while he made noises and posed. It's wild to think we're debating whether AI performances are the future of hip-hop now, but that's where things are heading. Some fans rock with it, others say it's killing the soul of live music. Either way, the rules are shifting, and not everybody's keeping up. One of the wildest storylines tied to this year's BET Awards didn't even happen on stage. It came from Wale. Yeah, the same Wale who once ran with the giants like Cole, Kendrick, and Drake. He went on the Joe Budden podcast and told this story about how back in 2013, he was supposed to win a Soul Train award, but Kendrick's name got announced instead. According to him, backstage folks told him he was the real winner, but the network gave it to Kendrick on TV. That story had people screaming, "Industry plant," and pushing wild conspiracies about awards being rigged. Drake fans took it and ran, claiming this was more proof Kendrick was the label favorite. But here's the twist. Wale got the whole thing wrong. Turns out the award actually went to Robin Thicke for Blurred Lines, not Kendrick. Wale misremembered it completely and later apologized publicly. Still, it just shows how messy things can get in this post-beef hip-hop scene. One side's ready to jump on anything to drag Kendrick, while the other side rides too hard without checking facts. Props to Wale for owning up to it, and even posting Kendrick's BT win later to show love. That kind of maturity is rare now. But the real kicker? Kai Cenat had no clue who Wale was. When he ran into him backstage, he mispronounced his name, calling him Wale. That moment blew people's minds. Like, how are you running the biggest hip-hop adjacent platform on Twitch and not know one of the biggest names of the 2010s? It exposed how wide the gap is between this new era of influencers and actual hip-hop history. And still, even with the generational disconnect, the night had real highlights. Lil Wayne came through with a strong performance that reminded everyone why he's a GOAT. No AI, no chaos, just real bars and energy. It was dope seeing him lock in like that, especially after fans were disappointed with his Carter 6 rollout. Wayne proved that when he wants to, he still got it. That type of authenticity is rare these days, and people felt it. Meanwhile, Kevin Hart held things down as host, cracking jokes, calling out fake behavior, and even poking fun at Kanye for being salty he didn't make it onto Carti's album. The whole thing turned into one giant meme, especially when Kevin joked that artists were fighting just to land features on Carti's tracks. But deep down, it was clear. Hip-hop's in a weird spot. Award shows are leaning hard on nostalgia while the future feels uncertain. There's talent out there, folks like Doechii, Ray Vaughn, and others coming up. But they need the right push and the right platforms to grow. That's where legends like Kendrick come in. Seeing him sit next to Ray Vaughn, still connected to TDE, still playing mentor behind the scenes, that gave people hope. Maybe he's building the next generation quietly, just like he did with his own career. Because right now, with everyone playing it safe or chasing streams, we need somebody guiding the culture, not just chasing clout. So if the BET Awards proved anything this year, it's that we're in a weird transitional phase. Streamers are influencing hip-hop more than ever, legends are still carrying the weight, and award shows are struggling to find their place in a world that's moved to Twitch, YouTube, and Amazon. But despite all the chaos, one thing is still clear. Kendrick Lamar remains untouchable. He didn't need a viral gimmick or a flashy set. He just walked in, collected his wins, and left the whole room shook. The cameras caught every awkward glance, every ducked head, every fake smile. It was a night full of hidden messages, silent tension, and real hip-hop energy. And that's what made it unforgettable. So if you're rocking with this kind of content, deep dives, real talk, and cultural breakdowns that go beyond the headlines, make sure to hit that subscribe button, smash that like, drop a comment, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Let's keep the conversation going. Peace.